chair yoga session. My name is Dr. Elizabeth Clark, and I am the sole member, president, authorized member of duoPT&YOGA. Here to guide you in chair yoga today. So, what the heck is chair yoga and why you need it? It is basically all of the amazing benefits of a standing flow class, including things like focusing on your breath, taking opportunity for mindfulness, um, linking your movement to your breath from the comfort of a chair. So for many people maybe who have some sort of mobility limitation or pain with movement, people who have difficulty making those big transitional movements, this class is perfect for you because I'm going to guide you through the next approximately 30 minutes of linking your movement to your breath right from the comfort of your seat. So literally the only thing you need is a comfortable chair. I recommend one that is not on wheels, so that is secure to the ground. You would like your feet to be square to the floor, so flat on the floor. So select a chair accordingly. I also have a chair that has a pretty large bottom so that I can kind of move around, and it's also stable if I sit on the edge. Other than that, you just need yourself an intention to work on your mind-body connection. So that's where we're going to go today. Our devotion this morning is kind of spurred off the university I work for had a president inauguration a few weeks ago, and during that time he quoted a poem that included reference to a river that was running forward, and every time it looked back, it was kind of longing for what had been, and felt this tumultuous path that it was taking to the ocean. And the ocean looked so big and so scary, and it wasn't sure that was what it was meant to do. But the culmination of that poem is that the beauty was that the river then became the ocean. And so I selected for us this morning then a quote from Rumi that says, "You are not a drop in the ocean, you are the entire ocean in a drop." And I thought that really linked well to that message that was conveyed to us a couple of weeks ago. And I think reminds you that even though you may feel small, we're all part of something that's really big and important. And so that's where we're going to start our class off today. So I invite you in your chair to go ahead and close your eyes. I'm going to guide us through our initial sort of movement series and sequence so that we can get ourselves set with our intention. With your eyes closed, get comfortable in your seat. Go ahead and feel your entire chair supporting you. With your eyes closed, kind of think about on your next inhale, lining up your head, your ears, your shoulders, your lungs as they fill with breath. And as you exhale, feel yourself sinking down deeper into your seat and into your chair. Inhale deeply through your nose, lifting your shoulders up towards your ears. And on your exhale, rolling those shoulders down and back, broadening across your collarbones, lifting your heart. Hands can be palm up or palm down. Inhale, eyes closed, roll those shoulders up and forward. When you get to the top, try to that be also where your breath is filled. And as you exhale, roll those shoulders down and back, feeling your shoulder blade on the back of your body really hugging your rib cage. Let's change direction. Inhale, shoulder roll up and back, filling your body with breath. And as you exhale, roll those shoulders forward and down. You can gently blink your eyes open. We're going to do one more shoulder roll. Inhale, rolling them back and up. Exhale, rolling them down and forward. Okay, let's add a little more movement to our breath. So as you inhale, kind of sweep your arms up to the sky, tilt your chin up, your hands meet palms together at the top. Exhale, hands come down through heart center. Press those hands together as we warm up our upper body, coming right down through your chest. One more inhale, sweep those arms around and up, tilting your chin, gazing up to the sky. Your hands meet in prayer. Pressing your hands together as you exhale, hands towards heart center. Let's take one moment here to just check our breath. Put your left hand over your heart, your right hand over your belly. On your next inhale, first feel your belly fill with breath, then your upper chest and your lung area. So we're really filling our whole body with that breath and oxygen all the way up. Inhale a little bit more. Exhale. One more inhale, sweep those arms up towards the sky, tilt your chin. Exhale, pressing hands together through heart center. Let's give ourselves a little more room on our seat. Go ahead and scoot towards the edge so you're comfortable on the edge of your seat. Your feet remain square on the floor. Your chair feels stable and comfortable. We're going to add some twist. Inhale, reach and lift. As you exhale, turn to one side. So I'm going to turn to my right. So my left hand goes to the outside of my right knee. My right hand is behind me in a fist, pressing down in my seat, lengthening my spine up long. Drop your shoulders away from your ears. And if it feels okay, turn your chin towards that right shoulder in the back. Try to keep your legs, your knees pushing, pressing straight forward. So you should feel a purposeful twist through your spine from your neck right down to your sit bones. Continue your inhale and your exhale. One more inhale, deepen your twist. Exhale, bring your chin to the center first. Undo that twist. Drop your arms to your side. Just inhale, roll your shoulders up and back. Exhale, down. Opposite direction. Inhale, back and up. Exhale, down. We're going to do our twist other way. Inhale, reach first to the sky. Tilt your chin, lengthen your spine. Maybe tip back a little bit, lengthening. Exhale, twist to the opposite side. So for me, I'm twisting to the left. My right hand goes to the outside of my left knee, keeping my legs intentionally pushing forward. My hand behind is in a fist, pressing down in my seat, lengthening my spine long. And every inhale and exhale, I just think about maybe twisting a little bit more, bringing my chin towards my shoulder in the back. One more inhale. Exhale, bring your chin to the front first. Go ahead and undo that twist. Inhale, reach. This time as you exhale, we're doing what we call cactus arms or goalpost arms. So you literally want to make your arms wide and broad. So in this cactus pose, I'm looking forward. I can see, though, out of the corner of my eye, my elbow. My shoulders are not lifted to my ear. They're pressing down and away. I feel those shoulder blades hugging the back of my rib cage. I can inhale and bring my shoulders back towards the corner of the room a little bit, broadening across my front side, opening my heart. Maybe tilt your chin up and arch back slightly. Exhale, go ahead and bring those arms forward as you round down through your spine over your legs. So we're going to lengthen the spine here. So an inhale brings your spine long and up. Arms open broadly out into that cactus or goalpost. Maybe even tilt your chin to the sky. Exhale, arms come forward, staying in that position, rounding from one vertebrae at a time, from your tail to your neck, all the way rolling down. Maybe your body rests on your legs as your arms hug around. Inhale, lift and lengthen, really long. Exhale, rounding and coming forward. One more inhale, lengthen and long. Feel yourself growing in height, lengthening, broadening, shining your light. Exhale, rounding down, coming forward. Good. Come on back up to your seat. We're going to move through sort of a seated warrior series here. So make sure you have lots of room on the floor. Go ahead and walk those feet out wide. We're going to start with a warrior two, actually. So in order to do this in your chair, you do want to be sitting on the edge. You want to feel comfortable. This chair can support you, though. So for seated warrior two, my back leg is long, going out towards the floor. My toes on the back leg point forward. My outer blade of my foot is sealed down to the floor. My other leg is bent at 90 degrees. This foot on the floor, toes face this way. So if we were to make an L shape, back toes face forward, other leg points out to the side. I want you to intentionally think about broadening across your belly and your hip area, opening up your hips. So intentionally take this bent leg and sneak it out towards that pinky toe side. So when you feel like, okay, I kind of have that, let your body and your shoulders stay square, aligned with your legs. Your inhale just brings your arms up to shoulder height. And all you do is turn your chin to gaze over that front finger, which for me is my right side with the bent leg. And your gaze or your drishti is that kind of right past your middle finger area. Okay, looking out, being long. Again, shoulders shouldn't be creeping up towards your ears. Intentionally push them down and away, bringing your shoulder blades hugged onto the back of your rib cage. Go ahead here on an inhale, flip your front palm, bringing your body shifting forward over that bent leg. And then your exhale, from your forward shift, you start to tilt. So your back arm comes down to the long leg, your front arm comes up, and you can go as far as feels good to you to lengthen. Maybe even extend that right arm, bringing it up towards your ear as you're facing the ceiling. Now we have a lengthening happening across our entire right side body, keeping your feet squarely pushing down into the ground. One more inhale. And as you exhale, we're going to windmill our arms around the opposite direction, coming into a seated side angle. So options here are place your elbow on your knee as your opposite arm comes long, or if this feels okay, you can reach down towards your ankle or the ground. Now we're lengthening our left side long. So from my fingertips all the way to the toes on my left, I'm lengthening that side. Think about twisting that rib cage up towards the sky and pressing your feet into the ground. One more inhale here. And on your exhale, go ahead and windmill back up to warrior two. And then hands come down. We kind of reset our legs. So help them if you need it. Be gentle with yourself. Walk them back in. And we're just going to walk our toes, kind of tiptoe up and down. Let's roll our wrists, circling one direction as we inhale up, circling the opposite direction as we exhale down. Okay, we're going to repeat that whole sequence on the other side. So you're still comfortable in your seat. You're going to walk your legs out so you're in a warrior two on the other side. So for me now, my right leg is long, extending from my hip out to the ground. Those toes are pointing forward. That foot is sealed down to the ground. My left leg now is at a nice 90-degree angle. Those toes are pointing out this way. So we have like an L-shaped image with our feet. Think about pressing down through your legs, not just kind of hanging out lazy in your chair. Lift that pelvis, tilt it forward, and you'll feel a little bit even more opening in your hips. Broaden across your lower body and your hips, and then lift those arms up as you inhale. Arms go nice and long. Reaching and looking, lengthening through that body. Just go ahead and turn your chin, gazing over the middle finger now of that left side. On an inhale, your palm flips up. You extend over that left side. And as you exhale now, just go ahead and tilt those arms all the way around, lifting up. Now I'm lengthening my left side body. So from my left bent knee all the way to my fingertips, I've lengthened the entire left side. Inhale and exhale. One more inhale here. And as you exhale, go ahead and windmill those arms around, and we're coming into our side angle. So all of your options here exist. You can have your elbows supported on your thigh. Your hand can come down to the ground. We're going to lengthen that right side body from your toes on the ground all the way out to your fingertips. Inhale. Exhale. One more inhale. As you exhale, come on back up to that warrior two pose, and then arms float down. Go ahead and help those legs if they need. Kind of walk your feet in, and then one foot at a time. Go ahead and kind of lift those heels so we're stretching out our intrinsics in our feet. Maybe even curl your toes under. Okay. Rotate those wrists in circles as you inhale up. Rotate them in the opposite direction as you exhale down. Good. So from here, we're going to go ahead and do a little bit of a forward fold sequence so we can stretch out the back side of our body now a little bit. So go ahead. I'm going to start keeping my left leg bent with my foot square smushed to the floor. My right leg's going to go out long in front of me, extending. I want the heel of that right foot on the ground and your toes coming back towards your face. Okay? Go ahead, inhale, reach those arms up, lengthen to the sky, tilt your chin up. As you exhale, hands come to heart center, hinge forward at your hip first. Keep your spine long. You'll feel a stretch right along the back side of this lengthened leg while you hinge your hips forward. Once you feel that kind of maximum stretch with your hinge, then go ahead, walk your hands down, roll your head down one vertebrae at a time. Maybe you're touching this opposite leg for support. Maybe your fingertips graze the floor. Maybe you come all the way down over that right leg. But what you should be feeling now is a pretty intense stretch from the back side of your right heel all the way up to your sit bone on the right side. That's what we're aiming for, lengthening the back side of that leg. So just inhale all your oxygen and your breath into that tight spot. Exhale. Again, inhale all that oxygen into the back side of your leg. And on your exhale, go ahead and roll up nice and gently, bringing your head up last, a little shoulder roll, little heel lift to kind of walk those feet out. We're going to repeat that stretch on the opposite side. So for me, now my right foot stays bent, my left leg goes long. My right foot is flat on the floor. My left foot, also with my toes pointed, is flat down to the floor. Go ahead and inhale. Lift your spine long. Tilt that pelvis forward again. Tilt your chin to the sky. Exhale first, hands to heart center, pressing your hands together. Hinge forward at your hips. So when I say hinge, I mean don't round your spine. Keep your spine long. And right from this point of where your hips are, lean your body forward. Spine is long. That's hinging at your hips. That will intensify the stretch of the hamstring muscle on the back side of the straight leg. When you feel like you have the most stretch that you want, can tolerate, that feels good to you, then you roll that spine down one vertebrae at a time. See where your hands are landing. Maybe they're supporting you on this bent knee. Maybe they're grazing the floor. Maybe your hands are flat on the floor. Maybe you're reaching down towards that left toe. But just go ahead and round through the rest of your spine. Let your chin drop down. Continue to inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Good, and your next inhale is going to bring you all the way up, rolling up carefully, one vertebrae at a time. Bend your knee, bring it in, little shoulder roll, little walking up those heels, coming out. Good. We're going to work on opening those hips one more time. So I'm going to give you the option to scoot all the way to the back of your seat. Hopefully you have enough room in your seat and your chair feels really stable. I want you to actually now bring your feet up onto your chair. So our goal here is to try to get into a butterfly pose onto our chair. You can always take this stretch to the floor if that feels better and you feel like you have more surface area and you're more comfortable. But the goal here of this stretch is sometimes when people bring their legs in, they're focused more on how close their feet get, and their hips aren't ready for that. So I want you to start with your feet together out as far as you need, and as you inch them forward, you're trying to not push your legs down, but intentionally from your hips, open your lower body to then allow that relaxation to occur. You don't want to be manhandling, muscling yourself down. A little just gravity pull will be just fine. Okay, so either on the floor or on the chair, you want your feet together. Your goal is to bring them as close as you can while still feeling a relaxation and an opening in your hips. Maybe what you need to do is prop a little pillow or blanket under your legs, because actually that support facilitates that relaxation and your hips will open more. I know it seems counterintuitive, but the more you're fighting it, the less successful you'll be. So in this butterfly pose, your hands can be palm face up on your thigh. Your hands can be clasped around your feet. Try to pick a pose that keeps this upper body also open and long. So for me, that's palms up on my thighs. So close your eyes, inhale. And as you exhale, just let gravity kind of pull those legs down. Feel them opening a little bit more, a little bit wider. Inhale. Exhale. Good. One more. Inhale. And on your exhale, blink your eyes open, slide your hands under your knees, gently lift them up towards you. Go ahead and place them back down on the floor. Scoot back to the forward edge of your seat and just windshield wiper your legs. That means just gently let them fall from one side to the other, nice and relaxed. Okay? So windshield wiper those legs. Now that we have our hips opened, we're going to do another stretch for that. So let's go ahead and start. I'm going to put my right leg long. I'm going to let my foot point down to the ground. I'm going to take this left leg. You're going to cross it where it's comfortable, either at your ankle, below your knee, or above onto this thigh. Okay, so our goal here is we're literally combining kind of two things we just did: back side of the leg and hip opener. So once you've figured out, well, where can I crisscross one leg over the other and still maintain my balance in my position, now we want to add a little stretch to it. So I'm going to bend that bottom leg that's supporting me and bring it in. You don't have to, but it intensifies the stretch in this outside hip. I'm going to intentionally think about having this leg open and go down to the ground, and I'm going to hinge forward at my hip. And when I get to that maximum hinge place, then I'm just going to round my shoulders forward and down. So we are intensifying the stretch and putting together two concepts we just did: hinging forward at our hip to stretch out the back side and opening the hip at the same time. So this should feel like a pretty good deep internal stretch into the outside hip of the leg that is on top. Inhale. Exhale. Your next inhale brings you up, uncross your feet. If you need to tap your feet or do a little windshield wiper, go ahead. We're going to just stretch the other side. So for me, that means I start with my left leg long. My right leg's going to either cross at my ankle below the knee or above the knee. And even though our bodies look the same, they don't feel symmetrical. I know for me, I'm like, oh man, this feels so much tighter on this side. That's normal. That's okay. It doesn't have to look exactly the same or feel the same. But where you need, then you can bend this bottom leg if you want more intensity of the stretch in the top leg. Inhale, allowing the weight of this leg and gravity and your intention to just relax and let it open. Try to be comfortable in the uncomfortable. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, hinge forward. Might not look the same, okay? Wherever you get to, you can then kind of round forward from your spine. But notice how if your hips kind of wiggle forward, you feel more of a stretch. And if your hips kind of roll under, you feel less of a stretch. That's why we want to hinge at the hip to continue to feel that intensity of the stretch in our seat. And then as we round forward, it's from your head portion of your spine, your upper body. We're not rounding under in our bottoms. Okay, so inhale here. It's a great stretch if you spend a lot of time at your desk, at your computer, driving, sitting. This really helps open those hips up. Good. Exhale. Your next inhale, bring your trunk up. Go ahead, uncross your leg. Help it if you need to. Go ahead, windshield wiper those legs. Very good. We got a couple more minutes for us to finish up here. Let's stay on the front edge of our seat. Let's walk our feet out nice and wide. So now we're in this open, wide hip position. This is one of our other sort of warrior poses. Sometimes we call it like a temple pose. I want you to inhale, reaching those arms up. Exhale, arms come down and wide and open. Very good. Broadening across your chest and your shoulder blades. And now we're going to add a little bit of a side body work here. So keeping this open position, I want you to inhale. As you exhale, bring your right elbow to your right knee. Inhale brings you up long and tall. Exhale, bring your left elbow to your left knee. We're going to do a few to each side. So you're at your own pace. Your inhale brings you to the center. Your exhale brings elbow to knee, same side. Inhale brings you to center. Exhale brings elbow to knee, same side. So what should be happening? As you inhale, you're lengthening your long, you're broadening across your chest, opening your hips. As you exhale, maintain your seat, maintain your foot position on the floor. Crunch down on the side you're bringing the elbow towards. Lengthen the other side. Okay, so we're doing opposing motions, which helps really kind of wring out and pump out fluids in your body. Okay, so a few more at your own pace. Remember, your inhale brings you long. Your exhale brings you to the side. Don't hold your breath at all. Keep your shoulders broad and long. Maybe one more each direction at your own pace. And when you've completed that, arms come down, relax at your side. Help your feet, walk them back in. One last stretch. Cross your right leg over your left leg. We're going to do sort of a seated eagle pose here. So as tight as you can make this crisscross, you want to do that. Maybe this foot even comes in tight, kind of wrap around. Sit tall, inhale, reach. As you exhale, crisscross one arm over the other. So we're really twisted in our upper and lower body. Once those arms have made the crisscross, lift those elbows high. Feel the stretch across your upper back. And just exhale here. Hold it for a moment or two. Not your breath, the pose. Keep inhaling and exhaling. Your next inhale, uncross, unwind. Same thing other side. Last pose we have here. So now I'm going to cross my left leg over my right, nice and tight. Maybe even wrap that foot in close so my lower body's really twisted up tight. Inhale, reach and lengthen my arms. As I exhale, crisscross like at your elbow forearm. And then your palms crisscross to meet as well. Don't let yourself smush down. Inhale, lengthen that spine. Now lift those elbows up and feel a stretch across your upper back. Maybe lift your chin to the sky. Inhale. Exhale. One more breath here. Inhale. Exhale. Unwind. Shake it out. Walk your feet out. Move your bottom back in your seat so you're comfortable. Keep your feet on the floor. Go ahead and close your eyes, palms up on your lap. Come back to that intention that we discussed at the beginning, thinking about how you are not a drop of water in the ocean. You are the entire ocean in one drop. You are full of potential. You are full of love. You are full of light. And I encourage you to move forward with the rest of your day with positivity and hope. One more inhale. Reach your arms up to the sky. Tilt your chin up to the sun. As you exhale, you can blink your eyes open. Hands come heart center. We should be sitting nice and tall in our chair. It was my pleasure to guide you in this 30-minute chair yoga class this morning. It's customary to close our class saying Namaste. That means the light and the love inside of me sees, honors, and cherishes the light and the love inside of you. That feels good for you to say. We kind of bow to each other and say Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me this morning. I look forward to chair yoga with you again in 2 weeks. I hope you have a great rest of your day. Bye-bye.